Hello, everybody. Today we are going to be talking about nourishment. So, what do we think about when we think of the word nourishment or to nourish? For some of us, maybe we think about food. Maybe we think of drink. Maybe we think of vitamins. Maybe we think of certain people. Maybe we think of hobbies or activities. Maybe we think of different types of things that we can do. Maybe we think about certain types of self care things. Maybe we think about certain spiritual practices. Maybe we think about certain types of information we can learn about or think about or ponder. There are so many different ways that we can nourish ourselves, and each of us can come up with our own understanding of what works for us when it comes to nourishment. So, think about where you're at right now. Check in with your body. Really take a few moments and really think about how you're feeling physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. Are you feeling tense? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling exhausted? Are you feeling vibrant? Are you feeling energetic? Are you feeling genuinely content or at peace? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling enthusiastic? Think about it. Think about how you're honestly feeling in this very moment. And check in with every area of your body. See if you have some space to do a body scan, either now or later. Feel free to pause this video right now if you want to take a few moments to do a body scan and really see how you're feeling. If not, maybe make it some time later today or this week or this month to do a body scan meditation. What is it that you need right now? What do you think would nourish you? Have you eaten yet today? When was the last time you ate? Was the last thing you ate actually nutritious? Did it give you the vitamins and minerals that you needed? Are you feeling a little bit deficient in a particular nutrient? Are you feeling like you actually might need some support? Do you think you might need to speak to a doctor or a specialist or a dietitian of some sort to have a better understanding of what you need for your body? Do you think that you need to eat more foods? Do you need to eat more nutrient-dense food? Are there certain drinks that you need? Maybe it's more water. Are you hydrated right now? Maybe it's a certain type of tea. Maybe you need to cut back on coffee. I'm a little guilty of that myself. I love me some coffee. But where are you really at with the type of food and drink that you are consuming, with the vitamins and minerals that you're getting? How are you really feeding and nourishing your physical body right now, and why? What do you think it is? Are you addicted to anything right now? Is there certain things, certain foods, certain habits, certain indulgences you need to let go of? Where are you really at with that? What is in your control? What's not in your control? What can you do differently? What are you doing well on? And what can you improve on? Now think a little bit more into your social nourishment. Who do you interact with on a regular basis? Who do you interact with daily? Who do you interact with weekly or monthly? Do you actually feel genuinely good or even neutral during these interactions? Or do you tend to feel drained or bad during or after these interactions, and why? Is there anything that's triggering for you? Is there anything that's coming up? Is the people that you're interacting with healthy or unhealthy? Are they affecting you in a negative way? Is this something that you need to learn to navigate? Do you need to lean into a support system, or do you need to create a different support system? Do you genuinely feel like you are getting the connection and the sense of belonging that you need? Do you genuinely feel like you are in environments where you feel like the people around you are similar to you, or care about you, or take you into consideration and respect you? Do you feel loved? Do you feel wanted? Do you feel chosen? Do you feel admired? Do you feel valued? How do you really feel in the groups or the relationships that you're in? We may find that we might need to make some changes. Or maybe we don't. Maybe we do have a solid support system. Maybe we do have healthy and loving relationships. What is in your control, what's not in your control, and how are you showing up in your relationships? It's very easy for us to look on the outside on everything that needs to change, but it's also important for us to look internally, to really look inward on what do I need to change? What do I need to do differently? How do I need to think differently? What is it that I'm thinking and feeling right now, and is that actually serving me? Do I need to look at this in a different way? Is there anybody who I need to reach out to help me to get a different perspective? Is there anybody who is safe, healthy, and appropriate, who I can get their feedback from, and who will tell me what I need to hear, something that's helpful for me? Or do I need to do this on my own? Is this an inward job for me to do on my own? These are some of the things we can ask ourselves when it comes to social nourishment. How do I really feel when I'm in social situations that I'm in? And also, am I doing too much? Do I need time to recharge? Maybe there's nothing wrong with the relationships or the people we're surrounded by, or the groups that we're part of and the communities we're in. Maybe we're just spending a little too much time with people, and maybe we need a little bit of a step back to spend time on our own, to nurture ourselves on our own. There's nothing wrong with that. Some would call this a healthy balance. Being able to spend time on our own and to also be able to show up in our relationships and our groups. We each need to find what that balance looks like for us. We may find balance one day, and the next day it might not be as balanced. It's part of the process, and there's nothing wrong with that. But really ask yourself where you're at with that. And when it comes to your alone time, think about it. What is it that you do on a regular basis? How do you nurture yourself on your own? What kind of activities do you do? What kind of content do you listen to? What kind of music do you listen to? What kind of TV or shows or movies do you watch, if any? Do you listen to the news? Does that affect you in a good or a bad way? Does any of the content you consume, whether it's written, whether it was verbal, oral, or audio, does any of that content affect you in a negative way or in a positive way? For example, do I listen to music that has hateful lyrics and that sounds aggressive and doesn't make me feel good when I listen to it? Or do I listen to something that sounds beautiful and is pleasing to me, that I feel good after I listen to it? Or do I listen to music that maybe evokes an emotion that helps me to get a cry out? Sometimes that's healthy. More often than not, I've found that to be healthy. But that's for me, and we each have to decide for ourselves if that's helpful. Am I listening to content on any kind of platform that is actually good and helps me to feel like I'm doing something good for myself, that aligns with my values, that is part of my vision, that feels like it's part of my purpose? Or do I listen to things that feel like a waste of time or energy or aren't actually really purposeful or meaningful to me? And how do I feel about that if that's the case? How am I showing up for myself? Am I going on walks on my own? Am I moving my body in some way? Do I dance? Do I stretch? Do I have any kind of physical body and physical movement practices that I like to do on my own? And we can even extend this into our community. A lot of people love workout classes or dance groups or gatherings where different types of body movement practices are used, and it's in a community setting. We each find ourselves what's nurturing for us. What am I doing on my own, though? How am I nourishing my mind, my heart, my body, and my soul? Am I spending time in meditation? Am I spending time in prayer? Am I spending time reading literature or listening to podcasts or audio or anything along those lines that is actually good for my soul and helps me to feel recharged and nourished? Am I praying in a way that feels authentic to me, or am I praying in a way that somebody told me I need to pray? When I pray, do I feel good or do I feel bad, and why? When I meditate, do I place expectations on how that meditation is going to go? Or do I let go of the outcome and the results and just show up as best as I can? Am I open to different practices? Or does it have to be one thing? Can I try new things? Am I curious? Am I staying teachable? Or am I being a little bit rigid, and why? Do I journal? Do I write? Do I create something? Do I participate? Do I make some kind of art? Create something beautiful, even if it's just doodling? We all have an idea of what art looks like, of what creativity looks like, of what nourishment looks like, and what time well spent looks like. But we can ask ourselves why. We can ask ourselves, is this really what it is? Does this really feel right? Or is this something that I was taught from an early age? Is this what other people think? What feels right for me? Does being an artist, for example, mean that you have to be famous and having your work in a gallery or in magazines and things like that? Or does being an artist simply mean painting on your own, drawing on your own, doodling? Whatever it may be, whatever creative outlet means to you, or even creating content on social media. Is there a certain level of artistry in that? Does that nurture you? And spiritually, am I feeling spiritually nourished? Am I feeling the energy? Am I feeling the divine's presence? Am I feeling connected to God? Am I feeling like I'm flowing in the river of life? Am I feeling spiritually connected? Am I feeling spiritually fit, as some would say? How am I really feeling in the moment? Where am I really at? And why? What is causing a disconnection if that's happening? What may be contributing to me feeling disconnected from the divine, from me not wanting to reach out to the divine? What's going on in my life right now, and how is that impacting my spirituality, my spiritual growth, my spiritual development, if that's applicable? What's in my control? What's not in my control? What can I do differently? What am I doing well on? There are all different things that we can ask ourselves to nourish ourselves. And why is nourishment so important? What do you think? What does nourishment do for you? How are you able to show up for yourself and in your relationships and in your work and in different areas of your life when you're fully nourished? How do you show up in those areas when you're not nourished? When you're running on fumes, when you're running on empty? Can you pour from an empty cup? Do you actually get to show up in ways that you want to show up when you're not nourished? Many of us may find that when we're not nourished, it's harder to do things. Some people may not struggle with that as much. Some people are able to still show up and brute force things. That might not be the case for everybody. So what is it you need right now? Get in the habit of regularly checking in with yourself and asking what you need right now. What kind of food do I need? What kind of drink do I need? What kind of substances do I maybe need to let go of? What relationships do I need to let go of maybe right now? Or what relationships, at least for right now, can I not participate in? What conversations can I not participate in? Who do I need in my life right now? Who can I call? Who can I reach out to? Where can I go? What can I do with my time right now to nourish me? Do I need some sleep? Am I getting enough physical sleep? Am I actually feeling rested when I wake up? Or am I running on 2 hours of sleep? For many of us, that may not be healthy. What kind of content am I consuming? What am I interested in? Is there any kind of content I want to learn about? Is there anything I want to do differently? Is there anything that I'm feeling particularly drawn to that I feel like my soul is speaking to? And am I actually reaching out to it, or do I feel like maybe I'm not deserving of it? Or do I feel like it's not attainable, or maybe I feel like it's too hard or too complicated? Where are you at with that, and why? Dig deep. Really think about it. Maybe ask your support system how they see it, how they see you showing up right now, what they think might be nourishing for you, and see if you think that might make sense. Where are you at emotionally? How can you tend to your emotions? Can you breathe? Can you sit with yourself for a moment or two and really sit and see and feel what's coming up emotionally for you? Really experience the bodily sensations going on for you right now. Where are you at? And what do you need? And what would feel fulfilling and nourishing for you? And with that, I hope you have a beautiful day. If you found this video to be helpful in any way, and if you feel like this would be helpful to anybody that you know, like, share, and subscribe.